Hello again, ready to learn some more Arabic? Super duper! I hope you had a good break. Do anything fun? Yeah, that sounds nice. Anyway, review! Alif, Ba, Ta, Ta, Gim, Ha, Kha, Dal, Dal, Re, Zay, Sin, Shin, Sad, Dad, Ta, Za. Again, take some time to yourself to pause this video, close your eyes, and recite these letters to yourself while making the shapes of each letter in your head. Then see if you can write them down in order while also remembering the names and sounds of each letter. All done? Great! Let's begin. Here we go. A complicated pair. These two letters are Ain and Kain, and they each have four forms. Going right to left, top to bottom, they are isolated, initial, middle, and terminating. So if it's all by its lonesome or disjointed, it looks like the figure in the upper right. If it's at the beginning of the word, it looks like the figure in the upper left. If it's in the middle of the word, it looks like the bottom right. And finally, if it's at the end of the word, it looks like the bottom left. Ain is typically pronounced like a heavy ah or sound. Gain is usually transcribed as a G followed by an H. G. The effect is an overall heavy G sound. G. Let's see what these letters look like in words. Alrighty. First we have ashara. No, not the awesome Japanese film, but rather the Arabic word for 10. Then we brought back our old friend Saeed, meaning highlands, because after all we couldn't get by with only one. There can't only be one highland. Never mind. Then we have Suda, meaning headache, to emphasize the isolated form of Ain. By the way, do you think the popular decongestant Sudafed could have been derived from this term? I don't know. And finally, we have Rabiya, the season where all of the snow finally melts from the Sahara Desert and plants and flowers begin their bloom. It means spring. Then we move on to two words which emphasize the Gain. Garb, meaning west, and Kadab, meaning anger. These two letters are apparently very difficult for Westerners to pronounce properly, so go ahead and practice the heck out of these. Looking to additional resources for proper pronunciation guides, as I am sure I haven't yet mastered exactly how to say them. I'm learning alongside you, after all. Next two letters! Here we go, Fa and Kaf. Fa is relatively easy to pronounce, while Kaf can be pretty tricky. Fa is pronounced just like an English F, whereas Kaf isn't even pronounced correctly by most Egyptians. Let me explain. Kaf is classically supposed to sound like a K sound, think Iraq. However, for some reason, the K sound is often replaced by just the A sound, identical to the Alif. Therefore, when you see the Kaf, just pronounce it like the people around you are pronouncing it. You'll fit in better. Go with the A sound, especially true in Egyptian Arabic. Let's look at some Arabic words which use these two letters. Both of the first two words here are types of Middle Eastern food. The first is ful, which is an Egyptian breakfast food made of red beans. Essentially saying ful just means beans. No joke. Ful. Joke. Whatever. Anyway, the next word is one you're probably familiar with, falafel. Notice how the alif and the next letter, which makes an L sound, together make a different looking shape. Don't worry about it. We haven't even gotten to that L letter yet. So just how did you know about that, huh? You've been cheating on me with other Arabic teachers, huh? Good. Because you should always get your resources from more than one just source, especially when learning languages. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. We just finished looking up at the fa. Now on to the kaf. Remember that although it is proper to pronounce the K or Q sound, you typically shouldn't, since nobody really pronounces it that way anyway. Therefore, kaf makes an ah sound or no sound at all. The first word is ahwa, which means coffee. The next is amar, which means moon. Time for the last two letters. Woo! Here we go. Two of the easiest letters in all of Arabic because they both look and sound kind of like the Western letters. Kaf and lam. They both have two forms based on whether they are at the end of the word or not. The forms on the left are the ones you use at the end of a word. The forms on the right are the ones you use in all other instances. Kaf, as you will notice, has a little hamza in it where it is at the end of the word. Don't worry about why just yet. Just keep in mind that it is a symbol that is part of the letter. Kaf sounds like a K, while lam sounds like an L. When you're reading these letters from right to left, they stick out quite well, and the J looks just like a backwards L anyway, so it's super easy to remember. Let's take a look. Look at all the vocab! First, if someone is bugging you and you want them to go away, you can just yell at them, "Kaf!" which means stop, and hopefully they'll leave you alone. The next word we already had way back in video 2. Bank. Notice the kaf at the end, which includes a hamza. The next word, or words, come in super handy in the marketplace. The word is either kem or bikem, and it means either how much or for how much. They're really interchangeable, so learn them both and use them to spice up your vocabulary a bit. Moving on to lam, we have the Arabic word for night, layl. See how the first and last lams are different. The last one has a much bigger hook, which reaches below the bottom line. Next, we have lira, which is the form of currency in countries like Lebanon. Finally, we have that weird letter combination we discovered in the last set of vocab words. Whenever a lam is followed by an alif, forming the sound la, they make this special character. La, coincidentally, is the Arabic word for no, or some other negation. For example, if someone is offering you something and you care to politely decline, you say, "No thank you," or "La shukran." Easy, huh? Alright, practice up, take a break, and I'll see you in our final video. If you've made it through this far, through all the videos, you've no doubt learned a lot, and now we're almost done. One more to go. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below, or check out my Facebook page, www.facebook.com/RyanTravels1, or you could always just email me directly at ryan@ryantravels.com. Don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, like, all that jazz, and I'll see you in the final video.